Hey, I'm Kelvin with Hubstaff. Let's go ahead and talk about effective ways to manage a cleaning business. So, running a cleaning business involves managing field teams of all different sizes. And to effectively manage this workforce, you need to see who's working where and ensure that they're being productive on site. According to CleanLink, the average cleaning company loses as much as 55% of its customer base annually. The reason? Lack of quality service or non-performance. To combat this, cleaning companies can take steps to more easily manage their teams and clients. So let's take a look at 4 key practices that will help you manage your cleaning business more efficiently. And we'll also be speaking with Martha Woodward, owner of Dusting Divas, about how she successfully runs her cleaning business. So make sure you guys stick around for that. The first key practice we're going to discuss is prioritizing time management. And you can do this by understanding where you're currently spending the most time and ensuring that that's where your time and effort should be focused. Most of the time, routine and time-consuming tasks can be automated with the right software. For example, you can automate time tracking by setting up a geofence around a job site and having a timer start whenever your cleaning crew arrives. Or automate payroll by setting fixed or hourly rates for each team member, so your time tracking software can handle the heavy lifting. The next important practice is streamlining team management. This means everything from scheduling to payroll can be much easier when you have the right tools. By automating some of your processes, you can focus more on growing your business and less on day-to-day operations. Now, before we cover the last 2 key practices, here's an interview we had with Martha Woodward, owner of Dusting Divas. Nice. So how do you recommend owners manage their team in the cleaning industry like this? How do you recommend that other people in your situation go about managing their teams?
Well, it has to do with technology and with a great culture. So you could have all the technology in the world, but you have people running amok, so you have problems. And then you can have a great culture, but if you don't have the technology to keep your checks and balances, then that's a problem too.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you keep track of your employees and the different jobs when employees are arriving or leaving a job site, for example, or how you coordinate schedules and pay them? There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different variables there. How do you keep track and manage all of that?
So we have a scheduling CRM that has a mobile app on it that will list their jobs for the day, and they clock in and out of those jobs. It will drive them to, it will lead them through GPS to the next job, etc. So all of their clockings, the breadcrumb trail of how they got to those houses, that's all enclosed in this CRM.
Okay. So that's made probably a substantial impact on how easy it is to actually balance all these different things.
Very much so, because honestly, we don't go and check those breadcrumbs except for, if we're just doing an audit or if things aren't meshing. And I'll give you an example. We had a girl who was getting too many complaints. We went to look at her clockings because that's the first thing we look at. Are they rushing the job? Are they not staying at the job as long as they need to? And her clocking in and out looked good. And so, we're like, that doesn't make any sense. So then we started digging a little bit more, and then we started looking at her breadcrumbs. As when I said breadcrumbs, the GPS little dots. And the time associated when she was clocking out of a job, she was like 10 miles from that job. And so we could see that she was lying and that she was indeed leaving that job a good 30 minutes earlier. She just knew that's the first thing we would look at, when she said, "Oh no, I'm staying the whole time." And then we turned the computer around to show her, well, so those things definitely help for sure. I don't like to micromanage my staff, and I don't like to always feel like, I have to have a thumb on them. But I like the checks and measures in case something just doesn't look right.
And that's awesome. And I like that you also said still you don't like to micromanage. That's not what it's about, which a lot of people can sometimes see these types of tools and the ability to track through GPS, all of these different things as micromanaging and having way too much visibility on what your employees are doing. But I think it's a really good thing, especially in this case. Last question, what tools have you implemented to help make managing the business easier? Things like CRMs, a couple of things that you've already kind of touched on, but what have been some of the biggest tools that you've implemented to help make managing and running things as smooth as possible?
Well, definitely a cloud-based CRM so that we can see where they are. We can easily know when a client comes that's saying, hey, when's my team arriving? You can quickly see without all the back and forths, because we used to have to take that phone call, say, well, let me call them and I'll call you right back. And, there's 3 phone calls. Also, this is just a financial piece, but back in the day when we had to invoice and it was much more manual, that was terrible. My accounts receivable was out of control, and it was mainly because I couldn't keep up. So those things, and then just surveying, using some kind of a survey tool to measure quality is huge. Those are the biggest impacts for us.
I think that's all the questions. I think you hit everything. Martha, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks, Kelvin.
And there you have it. Big thank you to Martha. If you have any questions for her, you can leave them right down below in the comment section. Now let's go ahead and wrap this video up with the last 2 key practices for effectively managing a cleaning business. The third key practice is up your marketing game. If you're a newer business, you need to think about your online presence because you need to make it easy for potential customers to find you. Email marketing, social media, and online ads can all lead to more customers. If you manage a cleaning business and you would like to see a separate video dedicated to marketing strategies for cleaning businesses, feel free to leave a comment right down below and we'll make sure that video happens. The fourth key practice is building a successful customer service department, because retaining loyal customers should be a constant goal. It's much easier to retain loyal customers than it is to constantly be looking for new ones. As an article from Square points out, you can also try a loyalty program that rewards customers who continually use your service. In other words, monitoring team performance and better managing your time is vital for running a cleaning business. By implementing mobile workforce management solutions, you can get a much better understanding of your team's performance. And finally, before we wrap up, we do have more information on this back on our blog. So if you would like to check that out, there will be a link right down below in the video description. Also, if you personally have any tools or processes that have worked well for you when it comes to managing a cleaning business, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified for any future video uploads. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.